Now, Prime Minister Modi has a stark reminder for rich countries. Contribute more in climate fight and don't do injustice to the developing world. The leader of the largest democracy and the voice of the developing world, Prime Minister of India, has demanded that rich nations contribute first before putting unjust pressure on developing countries. Prime Minister Modi's message comes ahead of the COP26, arguably the most important conference ever on climate change and climate action. Prime Minister Modi has reached Glasgow ahead of the COP26 summit. He was accorded to a warm welcome by Indian community in the UK. The summit will be attended by heads of state of more than 120 countries, while delegates from over 190 countries will be present. At the summit, India is likely to emphasize lessening carbon emissions. But even before reaching Glasgow, Indian Prime Minister Modi set the tone for COP26 with a hard-hitting message during the G20 session on climate and environment. He said, and I'm quoting here, "By forgetting climate justice, we are not only doing injustice to the developing countries, but we are betraying entire humanity. Without concrete progress on climate finance, pressuring the developing countries for climate action is not justice." The Indian Prime Minister has asked the rich nations to act immediately and fulfill their climate commitments. Prime Minister Modi has now given a roadmap to the world's biggest economies. Firstly, he has asked the developed nations to provide at least 1% of their GDP for financing green projects in the developing world. Secondly, G20 countries should create a clean energy project fund, which can be used in countries where peaking has not happened yet. Thirdly, G20 should create a network of clean energy research institutions. And finally, formation of an organization to create global standards in the field of green hydrogen so that its production and use is encouraged. Prime Minister Modi will deliver another crucial message at the World Leaders Summit in Glasgow. India says the developed world has already enjoyed the fruits of low-cost energy for many years, and now the onus is on them to do more to cut their carbon emissions.
We have been able to reiterate the commitment made in Paris for common but differentiated responsibilities, so that the rich countries, the developed world, will have to obviously contribute more to help the developing countries transition to clean energy, as well as make affordable energy available to them for their development imperatives.
Now, here is why the world is looking towards India to lead the climate fight. India is among the fastest growing economies in the world, with the GDP set to grow at over 9% this year. India is one of the most populated countries. India's energy needs are rising and will rise significantly further in the decades to come as well. Despite all these pressures, India's carbon emission per capita is merely a fraction compared to the world's top polluters: Qatar, Kuwait, Canada, Australia, USA, South Korea, Germany, China and many other countries have far higher levels of carbon dioxide emissions per capita compared to India. Not only this, in terms of the installed renewable energy capacity, which includes solar, wind and geothermal energy, India is among the leading countries in the world. The country has an ambitious goal of achieving 40% of the total electrical energy needs from renewable sources by 2030. India is on its way to achieving its Paris targets and even exceeding them. And this is the message Indian Prime Minister Modi will highlight at the World Leaders Summit. Moreover, on the sidelines of COP26, Prime Minister Modi will also launch two important initiatives under the International Solar Alliance and the Coalition for Disaster Resilience Infrastructure. Remember, the idea of One Sun, One World, One Grid made its first appearance on a global platform when the idea was floated by Prime Minister Modi in the first assembly of the International Solar Alliance. COP26 is being seen as crucial in the efforts to bring climate change under control.
India's commitments and launching two very, very important initiatives under the CDRI initiative, that is a Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, and the ISA, that's the International Solar Alliance. These make the presence of a very high-level delegation from India, led by our Honourable Prime Minister, very, very important.
The UK, as president of the summit, is hoping to push through a deal between over 200 countries of certifiable mechanisms to reduce and eventually eliminate carbon emissions by 2050. And our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, has sent us this report. Let's listen in.
The Glasgow COP26 climate meet is all set to begin later today. The Indian Prime Minister is already in Glasgow and will be making India's national statement. We know that there are other world leaders who have also descended in Glasgow, and the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson will be addressing the summit, he being the host, and he will be talking about issues like phasing out coal, use of electric vehicles, and essentially talking about the danger the world is heading towards if action is not taken. But climate change, the climate crisis debate is a divided one. We know that while developing world is keen that the developed world commits to climate financing. It has already in the past committed to $100 billion climate financing, but hasn't delivered on the ground. While we know that developed world is keen that developing countries phase out coal, especially countries like India and China, for which it is a difficult task given the fact that coal is a cheap source of energy. Indian Prime Minister is going to highlight what India has been doing, initiatives like the International Solar Alliance. This was proposed at the Paris Climate Summit in 2015, and since then has taken off with over 100 countries participating in it. But largely for the Indian Prime Minister, this will also be an occasion to meet many world leaders, including the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. With video journalist Ajit Siddhant Sibal for WION in Rome, Italy.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.